and welcome back to my channel. Now it's been a while since I've actually got down to recording something and putting something up on BoobTube here. Well, it's been so busy. It's been weddings, parties, everything, and then I've been crook. Oh yes, there is a litany of excuses. But there was a wedding. Yes, my dear friend Jess got married. She's like a daughter to me. So congratulations, Jess. Yes, she's very happy now with her partner. I can't remember his name. Oh dear, I'll get in trouble for that. Anyhow, and then there was model clubs and setting up and getting organised, and then there was a great big QMHE show in Brisbane, which is the second largest model expo in Australia. Yes, bloody enormous, huge, and I was heavily involved in that. I knocked out their website for them to sort of give them something online so people could have a look at it. Yeah, go and have a look at it. It's all right. For a freebie and a quickie. Had a girlfriend like that. Now, where was I? Yeah, so QMHE, that was enormous. Great big weekend. Absolutely exhausted myself. Was doing a lot of spruiking, selling raffle tickets and doing workshops. So after the QMHE, which was the end of August, I couldn't speak for 2 weeks. Yeah, larynx bloody ginis. Yes, lost my voice. That's a worry, isn't it? Me, can't speak. That's a bloody unusual thing. Anyway, there was that. And then, so I was basically laid up for a couple of weeks. Couldn't talk to anyone, couldn't go anywhere. And then tons of work to do to catch up because I had been sort of burning the candle at both ends with all the activities that I had on. So that all happened and basically everything then was looking good and I was about ready to sort of get back on the bench, and then somehow doing gardening, which was evil stuff, gardening. I shouldn't go out and do any gardening, you know, I should really just stay inside the workbench. Anyhow, I was doing some gardening and doing my mowing, and I've got this spot where there are a couple of old palm trees in the yard. And at some stage, the bastards had fallen over, and there were only stumps there when I moved in. And I pulled the stumps out and I filled in those holes. But the ground's sort of fallen all around it. There's all little depressions and holes. And I don't know, there's some bloody big snakes in there making friggin' warrens, or there's wombats, or God knows what. But I'm forever falling in these stupid holes you can't see. So, you know, mowing along, like this, and oh, bingo, I'm over. Yes, up, tits up, legs in the air. Yes, all my little, you know, private bits are shown to the entire universe. Yeah, I do. I'm mowing the nude. Anyhow, yeah, so I buggered my Achilles heel. Can you believe it? Yes. If you've ever bloody snapped or hurt or stretched your Achilles tendon, you'll know all about it. You're rooted. Yes. So that put me out of action now for another week or so. And now it's pissed out with bloody rain and we're an island here. So it's been all fun and games at Harry's little cottage. But, in between all the shenanigans, even when I couldn't talk, I still model. So Father's Day, which was the beginning of September, I decided I'd start on a kit just for fun. Something I thought that would take a day. Well, it took a bit longer than that. So this was the kit. So that's the kit. It's Thunderbird 4, yes. You ever watch those shows from the 60s, Jerry Anderson? Yes, I was a big fan. I used to watch all Thunderbird stuff, and Joe 90 and Stingray and Captain Scarlet, and you name it, right up until UFO and the Space 1999. I've got a whole stack of their bloody kits around here somewhere. Yeah, I'm right into all that sort of stuff. You know, that was my childhood. I used to have all the bloody dinky toys. Anyhow, this came up online for bloody $15 or something. A good friend Dave out of Perth. G'day Dave, if you're watching. And $15. I thought, great. But I mistook it for the Aoshima kit, right? This is an Imai, however the frickin' hell you pronounce that. M-E-A-E-I-O. Anyhow, we'll call it the I kit from now on. Anyhow, there's an Aoshima kit for the Thunderbird 4, and it's not bad. It's not bad. It's still got problems, but it's a lot better than this one. No, this is basically just a bloody toy, right? It's just it's about a 1/60th scale, and it's got a key that goes in and a wind-up little bloody spring motor and wheels, you know, you run it across the floor. So that's all it is. But I thought, oh, look, I'll just build it and see how I go, you know. Not much to it. Here's the instructions. That's it. That's all you get, right? You just get nothing on the back, right? Blank. There it is. Blank as my mind. Yes, that's right. So that's what you get, and it's all in bloody, you know, Japanese, whatever the hell that is. You know? It's probably Japanese. Sorry. It's some sort of Oriental character set. Yes, we don't want to offend any of you buggers in case you accidentally launch a nuclear strike on us. Oh, God. Kim Jong, whatever. And let's not even get into politics. No. Where were we? Okay, so I thought it was the Aoshima kit, which I'd seen wasn't too bad, but it's this eye kit, right? Anyhow, I got it for 15 bucks. Who cares? You know, that's only 1.5 shekels of my money. Not a lot of bucks. If it's under 2 shekels for a kit, I'll build it anyway. Who cares? It's going to be easy. So I decided, I'll just do this. Shouldn't take more than a day. But of course, me being me, I decided to fix the keyhole. And there was no interior to speak of, so scratch built an interior and on it went. So here you go. I'll do a bit of a slideshow now and I'll talk over it and explain to you what I went through to get a sort of reasonable result out of this Thunderbird 4. So here's the kit. There isn't much to it, as you can see. There's only a couple of sprues, so, you know, how hard could it be? And you get the canopy as well, so, you know, that adds to it. So this looked like an easy project. I really didn't think, and look, I put it together in basically a day and a half maybe. It really wasn't that hard. But there's those problems. There's that keyhole problem there and the stupid clockwork motor and wheels. Well, I decided I would fill that in, and I've got some light curing putty, and the trick was to put the masking tape on the outside to make a shape, a former, push the light curing putty in, and it should have formed exactly to that sort of double curve, because that's a tricky shape. Well, it did sort of, but it didn't really. So I had to break out the plastic putty and try and smooth it all up and finish it off with that. I also had, there was a lot of panel joins and things that needed fixing. You know, it's just a toy. Now, underneath, there were all the holes for the wheels, which I wasn't going to use. So I marked out the shapes for all those little holes, and I cut some plastic card, put them in, and bingo bongo, there you go, she was all sealed up, good as new. So it was starting to sort of come together, and then I had to tackle that god-awful, dreadful interior. Well, you got that huge, big Michelin man here, looks as fat as I am. So off with his head, cut him out completely, and just left the console. So then what I needed was a cradle to fit all that in. Now there's what the interior should look like. That's a stolen picture from copyright from Jerry Anderson. They'll probably sue me now. So I found bits and bobs and little pieces, greebles, that I could use to spruce up the interior. And I cut out a little cardboard test for the cradle to see if it would fit. And then I used that as my template to make it out of plastic card. So that would all fold up and be the basis to build my scratch interior. So there you go, the console fit in it perfectly, it fitted inside the cabin. I was ready to go to start assembling. So I built the chair, that wasn't hard. I used a couple of Panzer IV hooks and, and bits and pieces there. And there's even, I think it's an air filter out of a Panzer II, some spare parts. I got heaps of spare Dragon parts, so I pinched a whole lot of those, put them all together with some sprue, and then primed it all up to see what it looked like. And I was pretty happy with the result. Painted that up all the gaudy colours that they are, and really it was starting to look very good. Now here I pencil marked in where all the panel lines need to go, because there's no panel lines on this at all. It was, you know, just plain as a baby's bum. So then I scribed all those in with my little scribey tool, which isn't there, which is a corner on the cob holder, so that I could get some actual shape and some panel edges, some definition. That all worked really well, and a little more sanding, and then I primed all that up to see how it came together, and it was starting to look really good. Now, moving along, I got the Tamiya rattle cans out because I wanted a yellow coat, but I wanted it fast and I wanted it smooth and shiny, and the Tamiya yellow rattle can is a fast way to do that. And I got a reasonable result doing that. I was pretty happy with it. Now that allowed me then to go over and use the pencil method to get my panel shading. We put it in and then you rub it with a cotton bud. And then a light coat of acrylic yellow paint over that to blend it all out, and I got a result I was pretty happy with. That's the look I wanted, just the panel lines showing through. And at this stage you can see the canopy is still quite shiny, until I started to put on this cheap bloody masking tape that I had, and to do this red. Now the red and I are not friends. I always have problems with red. It always bleeds. It goes everywhere. But I had some tips and helps from friends, which I'll talk about later. And I got those red stripes to look reasonable. Yeah, they took a bit of touching up, but there you go. It came up great. There you have it. 2 months later, and I've got a result. Yes, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. There's a few mistakes. There's a few problems, but basically I got most of it done. I had some problems with the decals on that side. It doesn't quite say Thunderbird. I know without the glare. There we go. It's sort of an elder bird. Yeah. But the keyhole's gone, sort of to all effects and purposes. It's not too bad. So the Thunderbird 4 weekend build took 2 months. And a lot of scratch building and a lot of repairing and a lot of messing around and a lot of mucking around. But I got a result, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's not too bad, and a lot of people that have seen it have been quite impressed, you know, mainly because they know how bad it is. It's got a sponge. Yeah, it's got a sponge. That's because I wanted the scoop to sit a bit lower. So I put a little sponge that sits in the case. Some double-sided tape on there, but it has a little bit of a sponge. Try and get out of the way. The sponge just pops it up that little bit, so when it's actually sitting in the case, you don't see it. It looks like it's sort of hovering and floating. Yeah. My ultimate aim with it is to get a goldfish bowl and fill it up with different coloured sort of sand. I'll probably use bloody kitty litter. Not the used stuff, no. I'm not going to let Bass the cat piss in it first, no. But kitty litter, if I paint it all different colours and then, mix them all up together, I'll get that sort of, aquarium tank sort of look, and then maybe a plastic bloody bit of seaweed, whatever. Put the Thunderbird 4 in, see how we go. I don't know if I'll fill it up with water, though, because who knows what would happen, knowing this bloody kit and everything that's bloody gone on with it. The decals would all bloody float off, and the paint would probably disappear. I mean, it's got a few layers of future, and it's also got a complete layer of clear and all the rest of it. And I did a lot of work on that windshield. I polished it and everything. But then I hit it with future, and it rooted it. I'm going to try and get in there and try and polish that all off, maybe with some Humbrol clear and a bit of tool, maybe a bit of toothpaste or something. See if I can't get that off, because the canopy, or the glass bit, I actually had it quite clear at one stage, and you can actually see that bloody interior, whereas now, well, I suppose you can see it. Look at that. You can nearly sort of see it in there. It's in there. Yeah, all that work. Yeah. But anyhow, you've seen the slideshow. You've seen basically up until the final construction. I'll add a few nice little pics at the end of this that I shot on a little S-board, so you can see how it looks under a bit of lighting and a bit of, just showing the best sides. Anyhow, that's my Thunderbird 4 and for this eye kit, right? So you can get a result. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of stuffing around. Quite frankly, if you've got a few shekels more, buy the Aoshima kit. It's infinitely better. And it certainly doesn't have a lot of the errors this does. Like the Aoshima kit has the actual round cabin and glass, whereas mine is kind of squarish, but a number of other things too. But there you go. All right, here's the final pics, and that's it from me. So it's goodbye from Australia, and it's hooroo from Harry Houdini.